Come, let's go.
Can I have both of them?
But it's breakfast time.
Can I have three breakfasts to eat?
Soft on the outside. You see, it's the perfect soft, crunchy, perfect toast. I usually skip breakfast, so I'm gonna make breakfast for my son and my daughter. Now she's eating porridge and little things, so I make her some porridge. My son likes it when you cut the crusts out, so I have to do that for His Majesty.
Why is it so windy today?
I don't know, honey. Why
Why is it so windy today? What?
There you go.
Why is the wind not coming? Mom, why is the wind not coming? Does it just have to withstand the what?
What?
Why did not that?
Thunder.
It just,
So she needs to
Mom, have
nurse. Just whip a boob out.
thanks.
There you go. She's eating. So this is our traditional way of baby wearing.
Water cannon stopped working. It shoots
Very
water,
effective. She's
but not
so
home.
lovely.
If the fire is strong, you can't put it out with water only.
She
We
loves it.
need to go to broken, and the propeller can't
I
rotate.
usually like to go outside first thing so the children can have some fresh air, but today I'm a bit overwhelmed by other things, so I didn't do it. Anywho, today is my 31st birthday. 31. Ah, growing old. Oh, look at this beautiful orange rose. It's pretty. My roses did so well this year. We had loads and loads and loads and loads of them. I always take, when that you take that out so they grow better. So the roses did really well this year. But the white ones, they're still at it. Beautiful. These ones are a cluster purple variety. They're so cool. I've never seen anything quite like them in anyone's garden. So I like to walk up and down the little hill. My little exercise. Ah, my vegetables are doing very well. Look at that. In Zambia we call them 5 years. I don't know what they're called everywhere else. But these vegetables can last up to 5 years. Just break off the leaf and you're good to go. I've been trying to do more educational activities with my son, like writing and things. But whew, it's not easy. Teachers, how do you do it? The attention span is so short. he's interested for a minute and then he's not. That's tough. But yeah, he starts school next year, so I want him to be ahead of the game. By the way, we put up the Christmas tree last Sunday. Always puts me in a good mood, you know, a tree. Isn't it pretty? I like it. My son loves it. I was hoping my daughter doesn't destroy it. She's crawling now, so she's very mobile. So we're trying to figure out a way to cartel her. So, like I was saying, it's my birthday today. I turned 31 years old. And naturally, birthdays do make you think more about things, about your life, about where you are and where you wish you were, where you hope to be. So yeah, it's kind of a reflective time for me. So at 31, am I where I wish I was in terms of personal relationships, in terms of education, in terms of career, in terms of business, and generally in all these different spheres of life? Well, in terms of personal life, certainly not. I've never talked about this on my channel, but well, actually I have mentioned that I was married in 2015. I got married in 2015. Unfortunately, that marriage did not last, and in 2018 my husband left and I began legal proceedings to permanently separate from him. Yeah, so that's an ongoing process. So I'm a single mom now with 2 children. That's not what I thought my life would be like at this point. I imagined raising my children with their father. But you know, things happen in life which you have no control over. You can't control what another person does. All you can control is how you react. So my husband decided to leave and I accepted it, and here we are. But it's a whole other story, obviously. It's not quite as clear cut or as simple as I'm saying. Yeah, so it's not as clear cut as all that. It's a little bit more complicated. Maybe one day when I'm ready to share the full thing about what happened, I will. But yeah, at this point, I've reached a place in my life where I can talk about it without breaking down into tears, without dredging up all these emotions of that very difficult time that I was going through. And I can state it as a matter of fact without attaching too much emotion to it. I guess I really am healing. Time does heal all wounds, and also talking about things, feeling your feelings, like feel what you feel. Don't let anyone tell you how you should or should not feel. Some people would say, oh no, you mustn't be upset. Oh no, you mustn't be angry. Oh no, you shouldn't cry. But they don't understand what you're going through. Only you do. So allow yourself to feel those feelings so that you can go through the grieving process, because like separation it's like a death. You go through the stages of grief, the anger, the denial, the trying to negotiate, and you know. So yeah, I certainly did not think or expect that I'd find myself a single mom of 2 at 31. No, because I did all the right things. You know how they say you go to school, you get the job, you meet the man, you get married, you have the children. I did all that in that particular order, and yet here we are. So you really can't predict the future, and it's probably best not to judge people based on a label. So now I'm a divorcee and I'm a single mom, and there are all these assumptions that people have about me based on that. But you know, that's a risk I was willing to take. I was not willing to stay in a relationship that was toxic to both me and my children. So that was that. So in terms of career, no, I'm not where I'm not where I would hope to be. But that's a little bit of a it's not that cut and dry either. It's not that I'm not where I would like to be. I'm exactly where I want to be. But of course, when you go to school, you expect that by a certain age you would have attained certain things in terms of your career. But I chose to stay home with my son and start doing my own thing. My background is I have a master's degree in education, so of course I'd like to put my master's degree and all my experience. I worked in the public sector for 5 years, so yeah, I'd like to put that to good use somehow. Didn't go to school for nothing or spend all that time working for nothing. So right now I'm lucky to be able to stay home with the children, but this is not a permanent thing because I know very soon my son is starting school soon. In no time she's going to start school, at which point I'll get back into the workforce. A major hindrance was childcare. I'm very paranoid about who I leave my children with, so that really used to worry me. And my ex-husband was also very concerned about childcare, which is why we decided that I'd stay home. But now that he's gone, realistically speaking, I'll have to go back to work. And that's fine. I like working. I think I'm luckier than most people. Oh my gosh, a spider. I'm luckier than most people could ever wish to be able to stay home with my children for as long as I have. But yeah, as soon as they're a little bit more independent, I'm ready to get back into the workforce and contribute to society. Right now, being a stay-at-home mom is very lonely, it's very exhausting. Sometimes you feel like you're losing your mind, but what can you do? It's a privilege. Everyone says you're so lucky. So yeah, I am lucky, and I don't take that for granted. But yeah. In terms of, generally speaking, we tend to be very critical of ourselves, and I'm no different. So yeah, I do look at myself critically, and certainly wish I were further along in terms of certain areas of my life. But it's also important to be kind to yourself and to give yourself kudos when you deserve it. Like, for example, I own 2 rental properties, so that's something. Even though I may not be where I would like to be career-wise or in terms of other aspects of my life, at least in that small area, I'm proud of myself to be 31 and to own 2 houses. So it's one little thing, and my children are happy, they're healthy, they're well taken care of, they're well-rounded. Well, so far this one is still really small, but the boy is well-rounded. He's a kind boy, he's an intelligent boy, he's a compassionate boy, he has lots of initiative, and he's a very critical thinker, and I think that has something to do with how I'm raising him. And I'm raising him on my own. My husband has no input whatsoever in their lives. He doesn't support them in any way, shape or form. It's all me, so that's a huge thing, just to know that I have all that on my shoulders. But yeah, this is going on and on and on. I think I'm going to end this morning in the life of a single African mom vlog, and I hope you enjoyed it, and bye, adios. I'm having some photos taken for my birthday. That's my birthday present to myself. Hi. I don't have any nice photos of just me. It's always with other people. Humans. Little humans. So I just did my makeup. It happens sometimes. I ended the vlog earlier, but that was before I did my makeup, so I'm going to do another end to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Bye.